Mr. President,
Senator from Oregon.
I ask unanimous consent for 5 minutes to speak to this bill.
Is there objection? So ordered.
Thank you, Mr. President, and I thank my colleague who preceded me, who has summarized the substantial bipartisan collaboration that took place to bring this bill to this point, this bill that we will be voting on in just a few minutes, and no one has done more than she has done to advance this conversation over many, many years. And I thank the Senator from Maine for those incredible efforts on behalf of ending discrimination and advancing liberty and opportunity. Today, the Senate will vote to break the chains of discrimination that hold back millions of LGBT Americans from the full promise of liberty. Liberty, the freedom to participate fully in our society, from the public square to the voting booth, to the school, to the workplace. Liberty, that quality deeply rooted in our national journey and embedded in our Declaration of Independence. Quote, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty, the declared mission of our nation in the preamble to the Constitution. Quote, we the people, in order to form a perfect union and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America. But the march to liberty has been a long march with numerous battles along the way. The fight to end slavery that President Lincoln figured so prominently in. The fight to end racial discrimination. The fight to end gender discrimination. The fight to end discrimination against our seniors. And the fight that continues today with this bill to end discrimination based on sexual orientation and gender identity. Discrimination diminishes the potential of the individual, and it diminishes the potential of our nation. Senator Ted Kennedy said this succinctly when he helped introduce in 2009 a predecessor of the bill that we will be voting on today. Senator Ted Kennedy said, the promise of America will never be fulfilled as long as justice is denied to even one among us. He spoke these words just 20 days before he passed away. And it's appropriate to quote Ted Kennedy because he led the fight for this bill since its first introduction in 1994. And I think he would be tremendously pleased with the bipartisan vote of affirmation against discrimination that we'll soon be taking. Along the course of the 2 decades, many have helped. Many have helped on this bill whose footsteps no longer echo in these halls. And to all of those champions of liberty who have participated in this process, I say thank you. But there are many champions of liberty still in this body who have been fighting towards this moment, and I want to make sure that I acknowledge them. Senator Harkin, who championed many elements, including ending discrimination against those with disabilities, and who steered this bill through his committee. Senator Harry Reid and the leadership team, which worked together to enable this moment in the calendar to have this debate and to advocate for this bill. Senator Tammy Baldwin, who brought new energy from the House and the powerful voice of her personal experience to bear on this debate. Senator Collins, who just spoke, who's done so much for so long to make this happen. In the first 2 years, 2009 and 2010, the lead co-sponsor. And she passed the baton to Senator Kirk, who has carried that baton forward in a most admirable way. Senator Murkowski and Hatch joined in to help this bill come out of committee and help create the momentum. Senators Portman, Ayotte, Heller, Toomey, and Hatch engaged to help make sure that the religious exemption that we develop with the right hand is not taken away with the left hand, to reinforce the integrity of the Title VII religious exemption. Senator Flake, who brought forward ideas how to make sure that the guidance would be there to help businesses understand how to implement this act. There's a lot of coalition groups that have done a tremendous amount on this. Well done. Every conversation like this takes advocates inside a chamber and advocates outside a chamber, but a particular acknowledgement of the Human Rights Campaign. And there are 2 staff members on my team who have labored on this that I want to personally acknowledge. Scott Rosenthal, who carried this organizational responsibility for a number of years, and my legislative director. Thank you. I ask for 1 more minute.
Is there objection? Without objection.
So a big thanks to Scott Rosenthal and to my legislative director, Jeremiah Bauman, who provided over these last few months this critical final organizing stage. So I look forward to this vote for liberty, this vote for freedom, this vote for opportunity, this vote for a fairer and just America. Thank you, Mr. President.